Hello everyone, this is Speedle Workshop4. In this session, I'll show you how we can use Speedle to do authorization check for Kubernetes cluster. This is the content that we are going to cover today. Objectives. In this session, we'll create a webhook server which calls Speedle for authorization check and configure a Kubernetes cluster to use webhook authorization model and access our webhook server. With all this set, we'll create some Speedle policies to manage users' access to the Kubernetes cluster. Before you begin, we expect that you have installed Golang and set up a Kubernetes cluster, and Speedle repo has been cloned. Besides this, you should better learn about basic knowledge of Speedle. Kubernetes is an open source system for automating deployment, scaling, and management of containerized applications. It supports different authorization modules, Node, ABAC, RBAC, and webhook model. In this session, webhook model is what we will use. And this is the diagram of how a client access is checked with our webhook server. When the Kubernetes API server gets a request from client in webhook model, it posts a request to our webhook server, and the webhook server decodes the request info, then sends an evaluation check request to Speedle. When it gets result from Speedle, it composes a response with that result and send back to API server. Regarding that result, the API server can make response to the client differently. Let's take a look at the source code of this webhook server. The source code of this webhook server is in the Speedle repo, samples, integration, Kubernetes integration path, and this is the source code. From this main method, we can see that this is a HTTP server, and this is a handler. Okay, from this handler, we can see that we will get the API server request and decode this as subject access review, and we'll use this data that we got from API server to do the evaluation. Okay, this is the method we try to get the detail of the request. What kind of resource it's trying to access and what kind of action it's trying to do. Then we will compose a Speedle request and make an evaluation check request against Speedle. Okay, this is the part that we will send as the Speedle request to Speedle server. And as I have introduced in Workshop 1, this Speedle client is a client that Speedle provided to ED Speedle access. Okay, this is a core part of this webhook server. Another part I want to cover is the parameters that it will accept. Okay, this is the method that this webhook for server to parse the argument. As you can see that this is the two argument that we use to set the key and the certificate this webhook server use. This is the one that I want to introduce is the cluster name. Cluster name is actually the service name that we will use in Speedle to manage the policies. And this is the Speedle host. This is used to set the host that where Speedle service is running. From this README, it's more clear. You can see we set the server key, server cert that this webhook server use, and what the name that we will use for this cluster to in Speedle, and where the Speedle server is running. Okay, to use this webhook server, first we have to generate certificate for it, and in this README file you can get some reference about how to create it. To configure Kubernetes API server to use webhook model, three things have to be set. One is mount the webhook plugin manifest file to the Kubernetes API server pod. Second is modify your webhook plugin manifest file according to the address of webhook server. Three is enable the webhook module in API server argument. Besides this, another thing you may want to know is that basic auth file. This is a file that we use to enable normal users access to Kubernetes. Here, I am on a Kubernetes node. This is a path that I am in, and all required files have been uploaded to this server. This is a webhook server, and this is a plugin manifest file that Kubernetes will use, and these are the certificate file, and this is the users that I have enabled in this Kubernetes cluster. Okay, and let's take a look at the Kubernetes API server setting. As you can see, I have already mounted this task to Kubernetes API server pod, and in the argument, you can see that webhook model has been enabled, and this user password file has been set, and this is webhook plugin manifest file that this API server will use. Okay, let's start Speedle. Speedle is ready. Let's start the webhook server. Okay, webhook server is ready. Let's check what we have in this Kubernetes cluster. As you can see in the default namespace, there is pod code OL71, and we will try to get this information through API server. Let's try this console. And, okay, our API server is listening on this port and this address. So the URL that you can use. And default pose and name. Okay. Okay. You can see that our requests have been rejected since the Speedle service is start in this console that you can see the output from given by the Speedle and the webhook server. And this is result allowed is denied, and the reason is service not found. Okay, now let's create service for it. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay, this is the service. Then we will create the policy. Okay, the service and the policy is ready. Let's take a try. Okay, as you can see, this time we got the detail of this pod information, and the request was accepted. And from this console, we can see that our request is allowed. Okay, this is the part that how we can manage access to Kubernetes resource through Speedle via webhook server. Exercises. Do you know how to create a policy to allow a listing pod request in the default namespace? Tips. List. Answer. The answer is to create an allow policy for list actions. Let's try if it works. First, we'll make a list request. Okay, our list opos request has been rejected. Then let's create a policy to allow this list request. Okay, this is a policy that I created for the get action. Now we change it to list. Also the policy name. List. Okay. Okay. Policy created. Let's try the list request again. Okay, it works. This is the end of this session. Thanks for your watching. Bye bye.